Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's good to see you again. If you gain any knowledge from this video, I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and share. I am going to be doing this coming Friday at 7 p.m. I'm going to be doing free readings live on YouTube. So I will do an event for that and make sure you guys who have subscribed get invited to that. Also, if you like these mini lessons that I'm doing, I do have the full lesson. There's about an hour's worth of content in each booklet that I have, and they're $8.99. If you're interested, please contact me. I do have a PayPal, and I will send it right to your inbox in your email, so you can read the whole class. There's lots more content than what I can go into here on YouTube, and there are classes that I've been doing and processing and improving on for the past 30 years. So there's a lot of knowledge in the booklets that I've got. So with that being said, thank you so much for being here. Let's just take a minute to get present in our space. Take a couple nice deep breaths in through the nose. Fill the chest up and exhale through the mouth. And then we begin. So, what's a chakra? Chakras are, for our purposes here, we're going to call them energy centers. There are 7 main chakras, although there are hundreds. That the booklet goes into all of the major chakras, but for our purposes we're going to focus on the bottom 3 chakras. In my energy healing work, most of the work I do is on the lower 3 chakras, because these are where most people have issues, that they need alignment, they need balance, they need healing in this area, and they need to work on getting those chakras to resonate like at a more healthy frequency. And so getting your lower 3 chakras, your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus in alignment and balanced, and begin like a healing regimen, it really does a lot to bring everything else into really beautiful alignment as well. You also have, there are chakras in your hands. If you rub your hands together, it activates the chakras in the hands, and you can actually feel the pushback, the energy. And that's a really fun thing to play around with, just to kind of help you understand what that energy is, what it feels like. So they're wheels. They're, as I see them, they're like spinning wheels and so the energy comes in through the top of the head from your source, your divine source, and it comes in, and all of the chakras get activated all the way down. It hits the root chakra, and then it travels off into the legs, and then down into the ground underneath your feet, where there is another chakra. That's why whenever you're doing like root chakra work, well, we'll get into that, but when you're doing root chakra work, it's really good to go stand outside in the grass, like barefoot. It's really kind of cleansing and clearing, and it helps that energy. So what's energy? We call it chi, we call it prana, we call it the life force. We call it vital energy. It's that which keeps us vibrant, healthy, and alive. And so that is a really quick definition of what the chakras are and what chakra energy is. So it's challenging to keep our chakras clear because we deal with so many stressors in our daily lives. We deal with a lot of emotional traumas. We have unhealed trauma that definitely impacts our lower chakras. And I've got a class that I do for people healing childhood trauma. And once they get that childhood trauma healed, their chakras, their lower chakras, are amazingly vibrant, and they're so much more flexible with their lives, and they're so much more able to deal with kind of the little things that happen to us every day that can be big stressors if we allow them to be triggers. And so it's a really good idea to check in and see if you need to do some work on the chakras. So with that being said, let's go ahead and start talking about the first chakra. Is for my purposes right now, it's the first of the 7, and it's called the root chakra. Its energy is based in an earth element, and it's associated with kind of our feelings of safety and grounding in our world. It's the base of the chakra, and it lays kind of like the foundation for the expansion of our life and our ability to be really flexible when we need to be and trusting and making the changes that we have to make on a daily basis just to be grounded into our world. And so it's the foundation on which we build our life, and it supports us in growing and feeling safe and exploring new things and new aspects of our life as they are presented to us. And it's related to our feelings of safety and security, whether it's physical or whether it's emotional or whether it's metaphysical. Just safety, like it's where we build our home. And so this chakra, its main color is red, although I'm an aura reader, and I see colors around people, and I see a lot of people with kind of a nice bright red, but I also see a lot of people with the root chakra that's kind of a brick red, and I see a lot of people with a really beautiful brown. And so I'm not so attached to like the color that it is, but it's like brownish to red. And so the things that could clue you in on if maybe your root chakra is out of alignment and needs some work is like feelings of restlessness or feeling insecure, feeling angry and aggressive, emotions that you can't easily take care of, like you can't easily assimilate back into an understanding that emotions don't control us, we control our emotions. And if we're having untethered emotions, there's something that we need to do. Like whenever I get angry, I stop myself right away and I say, where is this coming from? Why am I so angry? What is this triggering inside of me? What does it have to teach me? And please let it teach me now so I can let it go. I don't like to carry that junk around with me. So obsessions, kind of repetitive thoughts, and worries. If you're feeling any of those things, chances are, it's time to kind of check in and see if maybe you need to do some healing work in that area. So ways to begin to heal the root chakra. Like I said, barefoot in the grass is the place to be. It's the place to go, and it's so healing. Being out in nature, around trees especially. Trees are so healing. Tree hugger. No joke, people that do root work, they hug trees all the time, and it's so healthy and healing. Just sitting by a nice piece of water somewhere, that whether it be the ocean or a pond, or if you don't have that, there's some beautiful meditations on YouTube that are just water. There's one that I love to listen to. It's Koshi bells and water, and it's so grounding and so healing. I'll put that in the comment section, so you guys can check it out if you want to. But so working in the garden, going for long walks in nature, trust yourself, let go of fear. Learning to trust and love yourself and to let go of fear is kind of a key. Work on a feeling of self-confidence. Believe that you're important and valuable in this world, and that you can achieve whatever you set your mind to. Trust your capacity and your strength. And here's the key. Even if that is not 100% true for you, fake it. Fake it till you make it. Allow yourself to have those repetitive thoughts rather than the negative ones. Because we are such manifestors. We're so good at manifesting the things that we believe about our world, ourselves, and the people in it. And if you're not in a good place, and you're not having good relationships, and you're not feeling good about yourself, then you've done a great job of manifesting what you believe the world to be, and what you believe you deserve, and what you're worth. But I'm here to tell you that changing that mindset, changing those things that you tell yourself about you and about people and about your world, makes a huge difference. And so trust your capacity, trust your strength, and begin talking to yourself. Allow that self-talk that you do to become positive. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, stop it immediately and replace it with a positive thought. If you can do that for 21 days, you can make a habit of it. It's true. So the good frequency for the root chakra is the 417 megahertz. It kind of produces this energy that brings about change. And when we're trying to heal one of our chakras, we're definitely trying to bring about change. So this chakra is like about creativity, and it kind of frees us up and makes us more like flexible. So listening to this one, it kind of helps clear those destructive, negative influences from our past, and it puts us in touch with this inexhaustible source of energy, allowing us, the wherewithal, the empowerment to change our lives. And a few good essential oils for working with this chakra are cedarwood, frankincense, and patchouli. I do I do a lot of diffusing, and I use a lot of frankincense and myrrh in my practice just because I do a lot of clearing, um, clearing negative energy and replacing it with, real positive, healing, protective energy. So I use those a lot. Some good crystals that you could use for healing work on the root chakra are red carnelian and red jasper. Bloodstone, obsidian even is a really good, it's a really good crystal to use for root chakra work. And so the second chakra is called the sacral chakra, and it's kind of right below the belly button. And it's associated with the emotional body, sensuality, creativity. Its element is water, and as such, its energy is characterized by flow and by flexibility, and it's kind of directing the principles of pleasure in a sexual way as well as like a creative way, and just the things that we do for ourselves to express and release and expand who we are. So this chakra is kind of all about having the power to realize and to utilize our talent, to express the life we want to lead. It's it can be damaged if we have had any kind of abuse, sexual abuse, controlling relationships. A lot of people that have been the victims of bullying have a lot of sacral chakra issues, abandonment, loss of financial or creative power. When we experience those things, we tend to hold on to the imprints. Even if the events are no longer occurring, we attach to kind of the emotional imprint of the experience, and we carry that with us if we're not aware that we don't have to do that and we can let it go. And so it's really important, like, to understand that, like, symbolically, the sacral chakra is like, it's kind of like the birth canal, literally and symbolically. And so we've got this capacity to birth a life that we want, and it's having that personal power of choice to make the moves that we need to make in order to create the life that we want. And it's this sensation of being physically alive and creating the life that we desire, doing the things that we need to do for pleasure. And so it's really important that this chakra be really healthy and working really well for us. So it's about flexibility, it's about adaptability in our lives. It's associated with water, as I said, and it's all about flow and our ability to flow through the moments, to flow through the pleasure, to flow through the stresses, to flow through the traumas. This is the area when it's healthy. We know that no moment is permanent, and nothing lasts, whether it's a wonderful feeling or a terrible one. And so this is the area, this is the chakra that kind of helps us do that if it's healthy. This is associated with the color orange, and as I see it, it's typically some shade of orange, but it also connects us like with an inner wisdom, like the stillness and personal development. It's kind of like our own seat, our own place, and It's a joyful place, and it's enthusiastic, and it's energizing, and it's vital, and it's strength. And so orange crystals are really good. Orange toned or hued crystals are really good for working with this chakra, like orange aventurine, orange carnelian, and there's some beautiful orange carnelians. Even citrine is a really powerful stone to work with when you're doing work on the sacral chakra. But just keeping it flowing, keeping it open, and understanding when it's not, when if you feel that this chakra is not in alignment, there's a lot that you can do. There's work that you can do to make sure that we bring it back into alignment, so that we have faith and trust, and we can heal the traumas that have occurred. Bergamot is a really good essential oil for this area, as well as clary sage and sandalwood. And so this chakra is the most neglected chakra. You guys don't pay enough attention to this area, because I've seen the worst gummy sacral chakras, like, of any of the other chakras that I've seen. And so as many of us, like, as we begin to attempt to obtain like enlightenment via the highest chakras, a lot of people kind of don't understand why they feel it. They feel they have gifts, they feel they have a purpose, but they're just not, they just don't know what's going on, because nothing feels like it's coming. They feel like blocked. And it's typically because the sacral chakra, if it's not in alignment, if it's not resonating closely with the other chakras, it kind of throws them all out of whack. And so when you first begin meditating or trying to connect with your higher source, I always tell people to visualize or see or feel the color orange. And a lot of people find that really helpful. That's why I'm throwing it out there. But so if this chakra is out of whack, you will know. You won't have much confidence. You'll notice that you have no motivation. You'd love to do things, and you kind of say you're going to do things, but those things never occur. Just because when it's time, you're like, no, I don't really feel like doing that. No, I'll put that off. Inability to create intimate connections, healthy connections with other people, is a clue that that this chakra is in need of some balancing and some alignment. No interest in your self-expression or your creative abilities, and then not feeling sexual, not feeling creative, not feeling like you want anything to flow, just kind of feeling stuck. So a really good thing to do to work on healing this chakra is to dance like nobody's looking and like nobody cares. Have a beautiful sexual encounter, a healthy one. Get creative. Keep a journal to help you let go of negative emotions, and know that, like, only you can create the life and loving relationships that you want. 528 is a great frequency for this chakra. It's about transformation. It's about miracles. It's about healing. So the 528 frequency will activate all of that, and imagination and intention and intuition. And that's going to help you begin to operate for your highest and best purpose. So you'll become more self-confident, more efficient, and assertive in a healthy way. So that's really important. But dancing, dancing and visualizing the color orange, working with those, working with copal incense, just clearing yourself off with copal is a really good, it's a really good healing tool for people that are working with that area. And then we're going to the solar plexus. It's the source of our personal power. It's the chakra it's right above, it's above the belly button, but below the heart chakra. And this is where willpower, our self-esteem, our energy of transformation reside. And I gotta tell you, this chakra is responsible for regulating the energy that's associated with our action, our actual doing something to solve our problems, doing something to get ourselves from here to there, doing something to troubleshoot ourselves out of the problems that we find ourselves in. And so this vitality and this intention and this identity, it's really important that those are healthy within us when we're doing this third chakra work. So it strongly influences like our identity, our sense of self-worth, and imbalances in this area kind of takes on the opposites of those things, ranging from like low self-esteem all the way to like, you know, all of a sudden you realize you're being selfish and you're not normally a selfish person, or you're feeling arrogant and you know that that's not who you are. That's the time when you go, okay, it's time to do a little solar plexus work. So the solar plexus, it's the alchemy of fire, and the fire element is it kind of represents the energy of like transformation or change, and it takes three forms: fire, the sun, and lightning. And so those are really good things, like doing a fire outside at night, if it's cool out, allowing the sun rays to kind of inundate your auric field, and even standing outside like on a stormy night. It's really empowering when you're doing kind of solar plexus healing work. Shades of yellow. Yellow symbolizes energy, the intellect, and the relationship a person has with the fire and the sun. Yellow is a really good color to wear if you're working on healing your solar plexus. Some of the essential oils that are good for the solar plexus are peppermint. I love peppermint. Mandarin. I mix peppermint and orange when I'm doing solar plexus work. It's amazing, and it smells so good. But also spearmint and vetiver. I've got lists and lists of essential oils, and I go from some essential oils are really expensive, and we don't have to spend money. Like vetiver is really good essential oil to do solar plexus work with. but vetiver is really expensive and it's not necessary. Um, cedar wood is really good and that's pretty cheap. Peppermint is very cheap, and it's amazing how it lifts you out of um, the chakra slowdowns immediately. I mean, before you're even doing the work, it kind of clears your energy field to allow you to find the motivation to do that. And so, um, peppermint and orange mixed together are, and they're both very affordable essential oils. So really good crystals for doing solar plexus work are golden topaz, sunstone, and yellow calcite is amazing. But if you're not balanced, you will feel low self-esteem. You will feel just not worthy, not good enough. You will look at other people and you will create these lives in your mind that have nothing to do with their truth, but you'll see that they're living better lives and you don't know why you're living this life when those people are so much better than you. So there's really kind of a disconnect. Also nervousness that you don't know where it's coming from. Um, difficulty understanding your emotions and where they're coming from. Difficulty maybe even controlling them. This is in this area, a lot of empaths have problems in this area because of the worthiness and this really serious issue with the eager need to please. Because if we take care of people, then they will love us. And that's not always how that works out, oddly enough. If you take care of people and you do everything for people who aren't healthy, the only thing that will teach them is that they can use you to do those things for them. It doesn't earn you anything in the long run, actually. And so addictive behaviors are in this area. They come from this area as well. So addictive and repetitive behaviors are in this area as well. So healing in this area, there is a solar plexus meditation. I'm going to look for it for you on YouTube, and I'll put it in the comments when I find it. But grounding work is good for this. The meditation is amazing. Deep breathing is really good for this this chakra. So you it's called a soul breath, and I'm actually planning on doing a meditation using the soul breath and bringing down this really powerful light energy. It really it works with like the photons that float around us. It really strengthens our spiritual auric field. But so it's a soul breath. So you breathe in through pursed lips, just like you're drinking through a straw. In, and you bring it all the way down into the chest and into the solar plexus, and you let your tummy expand out. And you hold that for a minute, and then you exhale through pursed lips. And you do that 7 times. It's a really amazing healing tool for solar plexus work. So visualizations work well with this area as well. I'm healing, I'm healthy, I can trust, I deserve, I'm worth. All of those negative things that we think, all of the fears that we have about the bad things that could happen to us, we need to shift the energy on that and begin to replace the negative thinking and fears with positive ones. That's why, like I first said, fake it until you make it. Words have power, thoughts have power. So if you've gotten yourself into a place where it's negative, shift it to positive, and then the rest will manifest and change along as you do. So those are, those deep breaths are wonderful. And also you can do, I'll put it in there again. There's a 14-minute chakra meditation that I do, that I will upload, and it will be in it will be on my page as well. But yeah, it's about 14 minutes, I think, but it's really, really transformative, and I think that it's going to be really helpful for anyone that's looking for balancing these 3 lower chakras. The 639 frequency is really good for solar plexus work, and so just listening to that, just listening to the frequency, will kind of clear off and help bring the beginnings of transformations as you do your healing work. And so set your intention, trust your intuition. Before you do work with any of the chakras, just set your intention. I'm cleansing, I'm clearing. I want my chakras to resonate in a healthy way. I want to clear, I want to cleanse. I want to be the best version of myself that I can be. And so I hope that helped you. Again, I've got booklet. I have a booklet. It's a pretty big booklet, and it's filled with tons of tips and tricks and techniques. Lots of healing things we could do for the chakras, and some of it are easy things that we could do, and some of it's like more complex if you want to really get in there and do some heavy releasing of the things that no longer serve you, and you want to clear up, ready to step into the new year, and leave behind all the junk that's just been cluttering up your life. And so I hope that helped you. If you have any questions, please put them in the comment section, or you can send me a private message. A lot of people don't like to put their tea on the table. And if you liked it, again, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to pull a card for you. This is for the collective. Before we go, I always like to share a little gem of wisdom before we part our ways. So you pulled a recovery card, and this typically comes as assurance that the situation that you've been worrying about is going in a positive direction, and your expectations, you should stop worrying, you should stop stressing. Your expectation should be that it will turn out in your best interest, just the way you need it to. Um, it means it's time to get to begin recovering from the things that have harmed you, the things that have caused you pain, the things from your past that you carry around with you and trigger you into unhappy moments. Your life purpose involves your healing. And so it's really important that you begin doing the healing that you need to do in order to put it down. Put down the burdens. You'll overcome the situations that are stressing you. Everything is going to be okay. And so it's important that that we realize that we don't have to. There's so many burdens that we carry around that they're not even ours to carry. If people have harmed you, you carry their burden for them as long as you remain unhealed. And so the recovery card just came to tell you that it's time. So thank you for spending time with me. I hope this was helpful. And I'm doing a couple more videos. I'm doing that. I'm doing the chakra meditation, and then I'm doing the meditation where we're just bringing light in, and it's going to knock all that junk off of us and reset us, where we feel more energized, more empowered, and just more ready to walk into the beauty that is it's ours. We just don't know it or don't see it yet. So I wish you love and I wish you light, and I will see you soon.